All right, Todd Billin, let's be real here. It wouldn't be Todd Billin without your boy bragging on something because you guys know how I get down. Now, the first thing you should have thought about when you saw that man Jalen Hurts getting off, pause, is your boy Murf Baldwin here at Todd Billin because I did all this Jalen Hurts content, covered that man for numerous platforms when I covered Alabama for a living. And man, who's got more content on your boy Jalen Hurts and was telling people that this guy could one day play in the NFL, despite the fact that everybody was saying how much he sucked? Yes, sir. Your boy Murf here. So I saw this shit coming, and if you don't like shit like that, man, just go ahead and move the cursor forward because I have to talk about it before I get to a little bit of a film study on what he did against the New Orleans Saints, right? Well, speaking of the New Orleans Saints, one of the things that I did 9 months ago was talking about how the Saints should possibly take a look at drafting Jalen Hurts. I was thinking they could get him in second, third round or something like that. And I knew they needed another quarterback. Why not a young guy who could do some of the stuff that Taysom Hill could do, but a little bit younger? Hey, there it is what it is. He makes his debut against the Saints in winning fashion. So that's hard. That is damn hard there. But shout outs to the guys who work with Jalen Hurts. When I used to have to hear about this guy, in full disclosure, covering Alabama, having to do stuff on him, a lot of this shit had to do with stuff outside of football. This kid was called all types of names, man, all kinds of vile, racist names and everything like that, man. And I, of course, covering that shit, I wasn't going to let that shit fly in my presence. So I felt like I was always taking up for this kid because I felt this man was an NFL QB. I felt he was a lot better than people thought. People didn't want to give him credit for some of the stuff he could do. And I knew once I saw him in that Mike Loxley offense when he had Dan Enos as a QB coach, I saw the next step in his development. And then I further saw that when he played for your man Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. So, hey, there he is. And if he doesn't do anything from this time from now until the end of time, you can always remember this moment this man came in and absolutely crushed it. So there you have it, your man Jalen Hurts. Let's go ahead and get to a film study on my boy.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, one of the first things that I noticed about Philadelphia with my man Hurts at the helm is when you have a young QB, you tend to coach them up a little bit better. I know my man Carson Wentz was out there was like, wait, what? He get all this quick game action and you want me to hold the ball and try to push the ball down the field a little bit and everything like that. I felt bad for your man Carson Wentz because they did Jalen absolutely perfectly, and it's probably something they should do for Carson Wentz. But when you have a veteran QB, when it's a simplistic approach that usually does people in. So I think they did absolutely correct by your man Jalen this first time out, especially against a stout defense like New Orleans. It's probably the best defense in all of football. All right, so check this out. 3-by-1 with the reduction in splits. You're going to have a mesh concept. Of course, you're going to have your man Jalen Reagor on a drag. You're going to have Alshon Jeffrey also on a drag. Greg Ward here running the clear out. But then you have big body Zach Ertz here just running the diversionary tactic. He just wants to muddy the waters, and he wants to create a 10-car pileup if he can. And it's going to get one of these guys open. And it got Jalen Reagor open. It was mad easy. Check this out. Look at that. What he took out, like 3. He's like a bowling pin. He's like a bowling ball with some bowling pins right there. That was too easy. You can see where the cheese is made right here with that. Check this out right here. What type of route is that? That doesn't even make sense. He's just running into traffic. Look at him. He's aimlessly running, and he causes a 3-car pileup right here. 3 people right here. He done ran one off, got one ducked off inside. Too easy. Then you get your speedster out here, Jalen Reagor. Let him run down the field. Another thing you notice is what? No sacks. No sacks for your man Jalen Hurts against a team that is known for getting after the quarterback, with, of course, Philadelphia, one of the worst offensive lines in the business because Coach Peterson got back in his bag. 3-step drops, mesh concepts, easy type shit just to get the ball out of this man's hand, and he was getting it out of his hands in the nick of time there. You can see these guys, what are they doing, right? Running a little bit of a slant there, trying to run some game on them. You got 2-on-1 right there at the point of attack on Cam Jordan, on Yamada, Hendrickson, everybody trying to collapse, nothing but room. That's how you get your young guy involved. Big splash plays like that. All right, another thing that I liked about this is they worked out of the spread a lot. I'm talking about plus splits, as you can see here. A legit spread like he saw at Oklahoma or like he saw with Mike Locksley his junior season at Alabama. So if you look at something like this, and Jalen understands these type of situations, like if we see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially six rushers, and they know that he's running straight stick across the board, right? Straight stick routes. Stick. So they just want to get the ball out of their hands. And then right here, of course, you're going to have your fade with your big Alshon Jeffrey type, right? Yeah, your X-type receiver there. And with that being said, he knows that he's going to potentially have one unblocked defender, so he cannot take his time with this. He has to make a quick decision, and that's exactly what he does. I believe this might have been his first touchdown. 1, 2, 3, hit it. See that? 1, 2, 3, hit. Rhythm and timing. Look at this, John. 1, 2, 3, hit. Boom. And they spread his herb ass on the grass like fertilizer. Y'all remember that? Quan Alexander, it looks like. So he had the linebacker as an overhang coming through. Nobody picks him up. Of course, you don't pick him up because he's the furthest threat. So it's good recognition there. They're running out of their 3-4 set with Quan Alexander working the weak side. He got some speed, too. Nice throw, man. Nice throw in the face of adversity. And one thing you got to know about Jalen Hurts is he's one of the toughest quarterbacks you'll ever see out there. He does not care, right? With no regard for human life, he'll take the punishment if it delivers himself a victory or a win. Nasty. All right, just wanted to kind of work a little bit backwards here. Wanted to point out the job that the offensive line was doing, right? Malata, Simalu, Kelsey, Herbig, Jack Driscoll, all these guys working against this edge exchange here, of course, right? These guys usually do a good job with the in exchanges. They have some very athletic linemen here with Onyemata. All these guys are kind of can flip each other's style. Bigger line of scrimmage players that can all move. And look at the job they do. Picked it up. Look at that. The Great Wall. These guys are much maligned. Got to give a shout out to Marata, man. That dude be out there doing work. He's looking real good the past couple of weeks, but you can see everybody doing work, man. So, of course, Jalen's able to read deep to short on this particular play. I'll diagram the play out, but it's pretty much high-low reads. We got him slide in the pocket and then hit this out route. Your man fertilized. Somebody spread Quan Alexander's herb ass on the grass like fertilizer. Check this out. All right. On the inside right here, you got a couple of quick game routes. You got a spot route here by Greg Ward. Then you got kind of a stab route here by Alshon Jeffrey. And I think you got 2 clear outs here, right? So you're still running with what is essentially 11 personnel. Got your Y here, and then you're running back Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is damn premium elite like a mug. Somebody need to be talking about Miles Sanders. And I think you may have Rager out here clearing out as well. But the cheese is made right here, one-on-one. Your man Dallas Goedert going against Quan Alexander. He gives him that prison work. That prison work, baby. Check it out. Man on man, booyah. To lighten the loafers, and Jalen can essentially hit his check down right there. But shout outs to the offensive line there. But you can see this collision right here, trying to meet that friction. Yaka sends him about 6 yards, fertilizes his ass, hit him with a stool softener too. Look, you can just see it right there. If you listen closely, all that shit got out there. So clean as colon, and Jalen did a good job of hitting the last read in his progression. Oh, you got the get back though. I think it was a face mask. That was a face mask. Come on, man. All right, remember the mesh concept from earlier? Still using your big guys on the inside to run it. You're going to have the diversionary tactic this time by big Alshon Jeffrey. And then the culprit here is Dallas Goedert. And Dallas Goedert makes a lot of it after the catch. Right there. As soon as it hits, something should be open. Because he knows if nothing is open, then he pretty much needs to take off. And he's a hell of a scrambler. Like, you don't need to run design runs for this guy. He's the man on scrambling. He just understands and has a great feel of rush lanes. But you see there? Similar type approach, similar type results. All right, you can see him bluffing the Bs right here. Both off-ball linebackers, Demario Davis, Quan Alexander, bluffing a B-gap approach. However, it's a three-man weave to the weak side here, or to the normal blind side of a right-handed quarterback. Demario Davis working to the outside. Then you got Trey Hendrickson here working all the way back inside, and David Amata with the mid approach there. And then these guys are just pretty much running the arc, trying to cause some confusion there. Got Kelsey. Everybody does a good job of picking this up. Herbig a little bit struggling, and Kelsey may have gotten away with a foul here. Actually, he did get away with a foul here, but it is what it is. If they don't call it, it don't count. But you're looking past that off right there. Hendrickson almost had him, but guess what? You're not going to play man coverage against Jalen Hurts. You ain't watched Alabama and Oklahoma the last few years, bro. No man against this guy. He's going to take off, but you can see him right here, and they work on the switch off right here. When Samalu and Kelsey, but you can see he kind of hooks Hendrickson up here by his neck. So they got away with one right there. I think they got away with it. I don't remember if there was a penalty or not, but I do remember this being a nice gainer here. And he slid. I don't remember that man sliding too much in college. You probably remember getting hurt a little bit, but he's a tough dude, man. He will run your ass over. I honestly want to concentrate more on his throwing prowess. Everybody knows this guy can run. I had to hear that bullshit about him being dumb and shit like that when he was in college, talking about how he couldn't quarterback at the University of Alabama. But we know that to be false, right? So now look at him. Being able to go through his progressions. Look at him on the pull, anchor foot, over-the-top delivery. I feel like when he was a freshman at Alabama, he kind of had a little bit of a funky delivery. Now it looks pretty classic. Crossover steps. He's hitting Greg Ward here on his dig. Anchor foot there. Got your point and shoot foot good. Standing tall and talented in the pocket. You can see him surveying. Look at his eyes. Manipulating coverage. Now look at the break point here, right? The hand break, where the hand breaks away from the ball. I like it. I'm not going to say who this guy reminded me of and why I liked him so much, because it might be, I don't know how you Philly people are, how y'all get down. But fuck it, I don't give a fuck, right? Donovan McNabb is one of my favorite players of all time. I love that man ever since he was in high school in Chicago. Watched him all through Syracuse and everything like that. So I've been a huge McNabb fan. Of course, I watched all his shit when he was in Philly. And that's where I come from there. When I first saw Jalen Hurts, I saw him in a camp, working in the camp and shit. His size, everything about him reminded me of a Donovan McNabb. So that is what it is. All right, last one right here. Of course, they were working that option game. I saw them with a power option at the beginning of the game. This one right here, just your normal zone read, working off Hendrickson here. And, of course, you can't even go inside a little bit because you think he has the speed to beat most people to the corner if he can get a step on you there. So Hendrickson tried to kind of slow play it, work parallel to the line of scrimmage there. Of course, you have to respect Miles Sanders. You saw his big-ass run. He broke off there. And, look, it's just one step. One step, he's able to get there. Hendrickson's a pretty athletic dude, too. So being able to manufacture runs like that. Now, Carson Wentz can do a lot of this same shit, too. And I don't want to be disrespectful to Carson Wentz because I love Carson Wentz. Maybe it's just time for him to move on, right? I would love to see him reunited in Indianapolis with Frank Reich. That would be hard. And then I guess move on with your man Jalen Hurts. It is what it is. Maybe you can grab Nick Foles again next year. He's available every other year. So work with Foles and Hurts next year, and that should be pretty cool. And everyone else wins, man. But shout-outs to Carson Wentz, man. He did some great shit in Philly. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for him in the future. But I love Jalen Hurts. That's my guy. And I think for the time being, grow and let him grow with the team. Got to surround him with some more weapons, man. I hate to break it to you. You guys still need a number one receiver. You're going to still need some pieces on the offensive line, and then you can work from there. I think Jalen Hurts is capable, though. So a lot of people didn't feel that way when he was in college. He's making people look stupid as of right now, but it's just one game. Of course, New Orleans didn't have any film on him as a starting quarterback, so now that the film is out, we should see what it looks like here in the future. But it should be pretty cool, man. So keep it locked right here. Of course, I'll do more on my guy, Jalen Hurts. It's your boy, Murf, the Underground King. Philly people, make sure you keep it locked. Philly people, make sure you like and subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. And, of course, I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.